I thought I would do a how I do my makeup video today because I always have people asking, how do you do your makeup? And I thought, why don't I just do an updated version on my vlog channel so anyone who wants to know, they can know. This has been such a good coffee. I've been really naughty today. I'm having a coffee at 3:30 p.m., which is unheard of. Usually I don't have them past 12, but I'm just really tired. I had therapy earlier today and I was like feeling really energized, and then after therapy, if you've ever gone to therapy, it can be emotionally exhausting. So then I was like, okay, I'm too tired now. All right, so my makeup routine is pretty basic. It probably tends to, I definitely use higher end products typically, but I do use a mix of them. Although this you do buy from the drugstore or chemist. I can feel like one of those real beauty YouTubers where they go like this. This is La Roche. This is a great sun cream that I wear every day. I've tried a couple of others, but I always come back to this one. It's just easy to buy. It's 50 plus SPF. And this is super embarrassing, but I thought 50 plus SPF meant it worked in over 50 degrees Celsius. And then James was like, oh, that's not how it works. And I was like, oh, that's really embarrassing. I actually make my own kind of BB cream, I guess, by mixing RMS foundation with the sun cream. So this is RMS Beauty Uncover Up Cream Foundation, this one right here. And I love this because it lasts for a long time. It is expensive to buy initially, but it lasts for ages, and it's really good for blending with other products like sun cream. So this is in shade 22, pretty much a perfect match to my skin tone, and I just mix it in. I make my own BB cream or tinted moisturizer with sun protection. And I wear sun cream every day during winter, all seasons, because I want to protect my skin. We have very, very high rates of sun cancer in Australia. We live where there is a hole in the ozone layer, so we have the strength of the sun here is even worse than other countries. And that's why if you come to Australia, you will burn typically a lot more easily than you will in other places. So if you do come to Australia, be really aware of that. Like when I've been to Europe, my skin didn't burn nearly as easily. And that was really nice. So yeah, sun cream every day. Even if there's 0 UV, I put it on anyway. And I have been having a lot of breakouts recently. I have recently changed medication that I think has maybe made my skin break out more. And yeah, so I'm struggling with that a bit at the moment. And it looks like 100 times better under these lights than it does in real life. But in real life, there's a lot going on. I do it on my neck too. And I get makeup lines on all of my sweaters, which you guys probably notice in videos. Oh yeah, you can see these pimples right here. So we're gonna use some more concealer. So because this is mixed in with the sun cream, it does actually end up being kind of a thinner layer than if you just put foundation on as is. But I kind of like a slightly more natural look. If I'm filming a sponsored video, or sometimes I just feel like getting dressed up for a video, then I will apply like just a thicker foundation. I really like NARS Sheer Glow. That's one I go for. And Makeup Forever HD stick is probably my favorite for those more like heavy makeup looks. But I think this one's more cost effective and easier to blend with other things. So once that's all blended in, I then use the matching RMS Beauty concealer. I will wash my hands after putting this on, but I'm not near sick right now. So this just is easy to use. It's nice. If I want like a thick concealer, I think the Kosas one is really good. I don't have that right now, but I'm due to purchase one. And you'll also notice a lot of the products I use, they're brands that use like clean ingredients or natural ingredients. I just prefer going natural for my skin. In my mind, the logic is it's better for my skin. I know that lots of people disagree with that, but that's what I'm just comfortable with. So RMS is known, I think, for having clean ingredients, Kosas as well, and that's just the way I go. So I'm gonna put a little bit on these spots. Like, I'm not gonna fully cover up these pimples. I'm sure I could by putting heaps on. I've got one in the middle of my forehead. I'm not gonna fully cover them up because honestly, I'm not that self-conscious about them. I don't mind having them show up on camera. Like, whatever. And in real life, I don't mind either. I mean, I'd rather them not be there, but like, I can't be bothered really caking on the makeup to cover it up fully. And then we're gonna do the RMS trio. I've got the loose RMS powder here. This one, again, it's just a trusty. The unpowder, I love it. They're just easy. Oh, I've got a big spot of concealer on my eye and I didn't even notice. Yeah, I just use this to set the concealer. They call it baking. Remember when baking was like massive on YouTube a while ago? I just inhaled it. On the chinny chin, at the nose bits, just the areas where it would easily come off. And because I did try and cover up a few pimples, I'll just set it on those too. So that is the base of our canvas. I'm just gonna go wash my hands now. Okay, after, you know, getting some of that powder off. I mean, honestly, I just leave it on and it falls off. But I think you're meant to brush it off. I have this fan brush. It's so old. I probably should update it. But this was sent to me by one of you guys like 7 years ago, and I still use it every single day. I do wash it as well. Now, the best bronzer that I like the most is the Charlotte Tilbury. I'll put it on the screen. I forgot what it's called. This was sent to me in one of my few makeup PR packages. I was so excited to receive it. And it actually was so good, but it's really expensive to buy, so I haven't bought it again. I really want to. The next best thing I think is this Hourglass one. It's really good. This is still really expensive, but the other one's more expensive, at least in Australia. This is the Diffused Bronze Light. Oh wait, it's Ambient Lighting Bronzer, and I think the color is Diffused Bronze Light. So it looks like this, and these are just really good. I don't always buy this because it is expensive if I'm having a more budget-friendly shop. I have honestly been trying a lot of different bronzers. The last one I tried was the Mecca bronzer, and it was pretty good. Like, that's a good, more affordable one, but it is slightly more muddy on me, so it's not quite as nice as this one. So I did get this. And I think this one looks quite good on camera too. Oh, I'm clogging up those pimples, aren't I? Need to not wear makeup. So I do a bit under the chin, under the jawline, like that. A lot of people are getting filler in their jawlines to get really snatched jaws. I feel like it's made me more insecure about my jaw because now snatched jaws are the look and I'm like, oh, mine's so soft. But you know, I like it. But I do a little bit of bronzing just to snatch it a little bit. And then I do the areas around my forehead. I try and keep this scent a bit lighter, like where light naturally hits. So here, nose, cheekbones, chin. A smaller chin from the side. It doesn't go out very far. So I try and keep this lighter to make it look bigger. And yeah, I do a lot of bronzer. I do a lot because I love being bronzed. And then I'm pretty lazy. I just use bronzer as eyeshadow. I do have an eyeshadow palette. I have one palette. It's the Makeup by Mario palette that I use like if I go out for dinner or something. But otherwise I just use this bronzer as eyeshadow. So yeah, that's easy. It's just a natural, easy look. And I just try and brush it out a bit in the outer corner. Yeah, it's very, very simple. I mean, some people probably would say my makeup is very messy, but a quick job's a good job, okay? And then I also use my bronzer to define my nose a little bit. So I'll do it along the sides and just a little bit under the tip. This is just a very subtle thing, just under the lips a little bit. And yeah, that's about it for the old eyeshadow bronzer. Next up is blush. Oh, and this brush is just it's rubbed off now. I've had this forever. I think it's a Zoeva brush. And then this brush is a e.l.f. brush. It's actually an ultimate blending brush, but I love it for blush. Blush brush. It's a lot. Currently, I have another Hourglass blush, ambient lighting blush in the shade At Night. I like to go for orangey, reddish, rougey colors as opposed to more pinks. I think it's because my skin has a greeny olive undertone. I think oranges and reds suit me more than pinks. And I really like this. This is one of those blushes that last forever. I mean, all blushes kind of last forever. I think the last blush I got rid of because it was so old and I replaced it with this one. And the weird thing is with makeup on camera, you have to make it so much darker in order to see it on camera than in real life. Like my blush for on camera is so bright in real life. I look like a clown, but on camera, it's like, you can see it, but it's not like that crazy. So yeah, I sweep it up kind of up to my temple a little bit, and I try and go on the outer part of my cheekbone, not so much on it. If I go like right on it, it kind of brings the face in, I feel, whereas we want to lift it outwards. So but I'd say my blush game isn't that full on camera. Like often you can't even see it, but in real life you can see it. I also like to do a little bit of a cat eye. I really dislike dark black eyeliner on me. I feel like my complexion and hair color does not have enough contrast for it to look any good, but I need something softer. So there's different things I do. Sometimes I'll just use an eyebrow pencil, do a softer cat eye. What I was using for ages that I need to buy more of is the Morphe brow pencil. I don't think I have it here. That's really good. And originally I bought the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil, and that was too expensive and they don't last long because they're so thin. So then I tried the Morphe one, and is it as good? Okay, maybe it's not quite as good, but it's basically the same. So I usually use that to do this, but I used it so much that I ran out. So I have the Hourglass one. This is, in my opinion, the best brow pencil. I have a lot of Hourglass actually. Next up, I'm going to use the Aerie Perez. I do like Aerie Perez. I'd love to try more of their products. Aerie Perez, girl, hold it the right way. This is the Argan Brown here. And when I've had my eyebrows shaped and tinted and laminated, which I got recently, this is all I need to put on them. But now that they're not as tinted, it's been several weeks now, I may need to add a bit of brow pencil on there. I think we're getting to that stage, but usually I just use this to add a bit of color and to lift them up. And this looks really good in real life. Like it looks darker in real life than on camera. I've gone through stages of really going really dark in the brows and also really defining the brows, like shaping them a lot, using concealer to go around them, which I feel like it looks really good, but these days I'm kind of more into a more natural, easygoing look. I mean, maybe that's a bit of the trend right now, to be less defined. I mean, it depends what style you're going for, really. And yeah, they're just looking a little soft on camera, even though in real life they look quite dark. So I'm gonna go over a little bit of them with this pencil. And this is called the Arch Brow Sculpting Pencil. I have it in dark brunette. And this is bomb. I've been buying this on and off for years. Again, when the budget can afford it, I buy it. But I go through different things. I've used brow pomade, different brands, but I always keep coming back to this. Okay, I went really dark without meaning to. Actually, I think what I did wrong, too dark towards the middle. We're meant to go a bit lighter here. So I kind of botched that a bit. I feel like usually I do better. The other thing is sometimes you'll see my eyebrows have smudged in videos, and that's because I'm using a brow. It's like my lazy method where I just quickly draw them on. It's like a brow product that doesn't fully set. So sometimes you see that. For mascara, I change mascara all the time. I do like Ilia mascara just for like a trusty clean ingredient mascara that's just very basic. At the moment, I'm really enjoying this Lancome. This is really good. It's the first time I've used it and I might get it again. The other one I have used that I really liked was the Caution Hourglass mascara. It's also very thick, black. It's a lot. I feel like this could be a little softer maybe. I also have really liked the Kevyn Aucoin one as well. I've tried like L'Oreal, but honestly, it makes my eyes a bit itchy. I don't know why. Anyway, this has a really nice rubbery like end to it, and I had my lashes lifted a few weeks ago when I had my brows done, and I was so happy with them. So I think I'll get that done again, and it just really helps lashes stand out on camera. That's another thing. In real life, I feel like lashes look really nice and stand out, but as soon as you go on camera, You can't see them. It's like when you take a picture without wearing false lashes or without much mascara on. They don't show up in the picture. It's that camera rule. I don't know if you guys have found that, but that's my experience. I have a hair on here. So yeah, I just load it up. Yeah, I think this is my new favorite mascara. It's just really good. I would say it is a bit smudgy. Like if you cry, it will smudge. It's not waterproof. But waterproof, I don't like because then I really struggle to get it off at night. So yeah, I don't do the waterproof mascara. I'll just let it smudge. And then false lashes, I don't do. You can look at videos from 3 or 4 years ago and you'll see why. Like they were always slipping off. They were always crooked. I gave it a good shot. I gave it like a good 6 months to a year. Okay, so that's the beautiful lash mascara combined with a lash lift. And if you guys don't know what a lash lift does, it just lifts and curls your natural lashes. It's kind of like giving the lashes a perm. So they stand out more anyway. And then when you put mascara on them, they just look bigger. For me, that's made a really big difference. Last of all, I use my favorite lipstick. I really love these lipsticks. This is by Ilia. There you go, Ilia. Really like this brand, another clean brand. I have this in 3 shades. The one I'm putting on today is Memoir. It's kind of a rougey, reddy color. A rougey rose color, we'll say. But I also have it in Runaway. If you ever see my lips looking a little bit purpley, that's the Runaway, and I really like that on camera. And then I do a more neutral pinky nudie tone for everyday off camera, which is Hold Me. And I love these because they feel hydrating and they're just really lovely shades. But then they've also got good pigment in them. And that's actually all I do for makeup. I do this exact same thing for everyday wear, but I just put less on. And then, like I said, for a sponsored video, I would change up the foundation to do a thicker foundation, maybe a thicker concealer if I have it. And yeah, that's really all I need. And I know my makeup bag. Whoa. I know my makeup bag's really dirty, but like, does anyone manage to keep clear makeup bags clean? I've washed it before. I've wiped it down. It just always gets dirty. In terms of teeth, because I do get asked that a lot, I did have braces growing up and I have had them whitened once with Zoom whitening at the dentist. And I will say, be really careful with teeth whitening because it does strip your enamel typically. And after I had mine whitened, they did feel a bit more sensitive. Like when I went into the wind, they would hurt a bit and they still are delicate. So part of me wants to get them whitened again, but another part of me is like, nah, I want to weaken them more. And I personally like teeth to not be like super white. My aesthetic is more like a natural off-white. They say to match the white of your eyes. So mine could be a little whiter. But yeah, that was many years ago and I wear a retainer. So if you're wondering about teeth, that's what I do. I cleanse my face and moisturize. I don't really do like toner and all the extras and vitamin C serum. I just moisturize. Yeah, so that's it. If you guys have any more beauty questions, I'm happy to answer in the comments down below. I really like sharing this kind of thing. So yeah, feel free to ask me and I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you're having a lovely morning. I've got powder on me. Afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And I look forward to speaking to you all soon. Dag dag!